What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James, talking to you today a bit about Bitcoin Standard Hashrate. This is a quite an innovative project, and there's some real pluses that I don't think that many people are aware of, where there's huge benefits to holding this token or staking this token, as well as the fact that fundamentally it will move along with Bitcoin. As Bitcoin grows, this will grow. It's a very, very clever idea, following effectively miners. And miners, guys, in this market make money. So I actually want to break down why I think this can do something quite special, and some serious gains. And if you want to make serious gains, this is one to pay attention to. Also, there's huge, like I said, huge benefits about staking. Before I get into it, if you are brand new to the channel, you're going, James, I don't know who you are. Why the hell should I listen to you? All fair questions. A lot of crypto YouTube channels out there. So these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They were the first 26 coins I held when I made the channel. And had you put in $100 into each of those coins when I released videos about them, and you'd done everything wrong, you'd ignored them, you'd not paid attention, you'd never sold them, you just rode them down into the current recession climate that we're in, you'd still, having done everything wrong, still be in profit for around 8.8k. However, if you would have done the right things, if you'd have sold these coins last year when the markets were absolutely flying, you could have made 123k. Huge difference. Obviously, I sold all of these. And if you want to see my current portfolio, go to www.copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my entire portfolio. I share every coin I buy. I share every coin I sell. I have tutorials in the site for anyone that wants to get into crypto but doesn't know where the hell to start. These are the same ones I would send my family and friends. And I've deep dived these markets for 8 years now. I make these gains. If you want to make these kind of gains, then go read the site. You'll see Phantom tops the list. I've made one Udemy course in my life and it was about Phantom. I said it would 100x. It obviously did. Did 677x. So if you'd have put 2k in, you'd have been a millionaire. Now, when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to do a Udemy course like last time. I'm simply going to go onto the site and tell the members all about it. So if you want to get in on the next big crypto that's going to have that huge explosion in the next bull cycle, go read the site. Everything on the site, by the way, is verifiable because it's all on the YouTube channel. Link is in the description. So Bitcoin hash rate. Right, so it's quite a low kappa, 73 million. So really interesting premise, right? The Bitcoin Standard Hashrate Token was launched on the Binance Smart Chain in December of 2020. It's collateralized by Bitcoin's hash rate. So each token represents 0.1 terahash per second of Bitcoin mining power, with an efficiency of 60 watts per terahash. Now, as such, miners contribute their computational power to the platform in exchange for newly minted BTCST tokens. Now, the goal is to bridge liquidity to Bitcoin's mining market. That allows users to get exposure to mining rewards and hash power of any size at a really low cost. The ultimate goal of the app is to increase the liquidity and efficiency of mining power markets. Now, you've got to bear in mind, we don't really have mining power market. This is the first of its sort of kind. Really interesting premise. And it was created by the Standard Hashrate Group, which is behind the token, and is backed by Bitcoin miners, who collectively represent 12% of the overall global hash rate of Bitcoin. Now, obviously, that's quite a friggin' large percentage. So what is really cool about this is fundamentally they talk this through. So even though obviously crypto continues to take a beating, every single day, anyone that's staking the Bitcoin Standard Hashrate Token are rewarded with Bitcoin. And that will continue till the end of time. So you are benefiting from effectively getting, like, staking this coin. Now, Couple of concerns. First of all, look, community-wise, not really doing much. Like the last post that they had was May of this year. You know, we're not actually seeing tons of activity by the team behind this. That to me is a concern. I always want to see an active team. That always helps. If I see them active in the social front, you can work under the presumption that they're active in the developmental front as well. So the fact that they're not also makes you think maybe they're not as active in developmental as you would like. Now, the token is collateralized by real legitimate Bitcoin mining power. By staking it, you can receive daily Bitcoin contributions that correspond to the staked mining power. As such, the token allows users to mine Bitcoin from inside the DeFi ecosystem. Tokens can only be issued when eligible miners choose to standardize and tokenize the Bitcoin hash rate. This is why the project hasn't had any public or private sales. The total supply cap is determined by the sum of all tokens staked on the app. So, it is effectively right now the max that we're saying is 15 million. But that can change. Effectively, this is a cloud mining platform that's been deployed on the BSC chain. And each pool's annual percentage yield and total balance are updated in real time, so you can always see what you're going to get as long as you connect your wallet, obviously. This is a really interesting premise. Really interesting premise. So if you go onto the app, so if you go onto the site and then you click the app, you can then see the live current blocks, and from there you can get hold of whatever you want. So if you decide you're going to stake BTCST, you can get yourself some Bitcoin, you can get yourself some more of BTCST, you can get yourself some Doge. And as a result, you can then utilize this and start reintroducing it. You could, arguably you could stake and get more Bitcoin Standard Hashrate tokens to then compound them to start staking, to start getting a Bitcoin. It's a very nice idea. They've got swap functionality as well within the app, and you can see the stats in terms of obviously when you connect your wallet and everything, but you can see the total value locked, you can see the current prices, the active addresses, the transaction counts, as well as rebase records. So you can see the rebase percentages. The actual app is insanely thorough. I actually, really like it. There's two concerns I have. There's two ways I think this can improve, I suppose, right? Let's just check. And there's your DEX. And the DEX, obviously, is very, very straightforward. So you can see BTCB. There's plenty. It's a fine DEX. It's not exactly used hugely, but what they've introduced so far in effectively about a year, nearly 2 years, isn't bad at all. And they've really approached mining in a very clever way, trying to get some yield out of mining, trying to create a mining market. I like that. The two ways it can improve, and the two ways it can have a greater success. Number one, firstly, they have to be more active for me. I don't like the fact that I'm only seeing, a tweet every 6 months or so. I'm not seeing tons. I would want to see a more active community. Telegram's a bit more active, but even then, not tons. So I'd want to see that. And number two, get that percentage up. Right now, it represents the Bitcoin miners who back it represent about 12% of the global hash rate. If they can get that up to 20% or more, obviously this is going to rally like crazy. So the greater percentage of Bitcoin miners who are participating in this, the more money this will make. But fundamentally, one thing that will happen is it will follow Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's dropping, this will drop. Bitcoin rises, this will rise. But this will probably rise at a faster rate than Bitcoin. Because particularly there's going to be a greater need for mining power as the halvings happen. So we've got halving in like a year and a half, right? And when that happens, the mining power required is going to be way higher because the halving has happened. So the difficulty is doubled. And if that happens, more mining power necessary. As a result, this can rally really, really well and faster. And I think this could run up to $100 with relative ease, because fundamentally, it hit when it actually launched. It was up to about $88. Then had that second wave and hit $60, and then it sort of just capitulated. Now, $100 is quite achievable because that would put it at a market cap of like 1.2 billion, which is not huge. And because it works alongside Bitcoin effectively as Bitcoin hits new highs, and presumably we will see, a Bitcoin hit 100K, probably 500,000 in the future. I wouldn't say, certainly wouldn't say 500,000 in the next bull cycle. Probably we're talking 10 to 20 years down the line for that. But in the next bull cycle, it could very well hit 100K Bitcoin. And Bitcoin standard hash rate, as the computational power increases because of the halvings, this can do, and it follows the movement of Bitcoin, this could do very, very well. And particularly if they start landing more Bitcoin miners, this could run. If you're the team behind this, I would be incentivizing as many miners as possible to come join. If you can get that percentage up to 30 or 40%, the market cap of this whole thing, the net price of this whole thing is going to fly. But they do have to do that, and if they for significant growth, for really significant growth, the more miners that they land, the better. But it should, in general, just follow the movements of Bitcoin, but move better, faster, with the greater gains. And it's probably a reasonably safe bet, even with the small market cap that it's got. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you are a returning subscriber, hit that, or a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get the returning viewers all subscribed. The amount of people that are returning viewers is stupidly high, and we want to get the percentage of you that are subscribed stupidly high, and right now it's not. So help us out, hit that subscribe button, because it does help the channel in so many ways. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own, if you want to see my portfolio, go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I share every coin I buy. I share every coin I sell. I have beginners tutorials. I have tutorials that anyone can use if you're brand new to crypto, because obviously there's usually a barrier to entry for a lot of people in their mind. It's very, very simple when I go through it. Same tutorials I send to my family and friends. And look, I deep dive these markets every day. I've done for 8 years. And if you want to see the coin, if you want to make these gains, because I do make these gains. If you want to make these gains, then you can come copy along. I do all the research. I explain my thought processes. I explain why I'm getting into a crypto. And if you don't want to do your research, you can literally copy along. It's as easy as that. So go check it out. The link, guys, is in the description. And that is it from me. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.